hostility was incredible. And Reince was in there, but he was a little bit softer than he should be honest with you. But when I looked at the hostility of that, I said, why am I doing it? Let's do it with another network. They flew. That stops all of their, I shouldn't say this, because if there's a debate.
Why not debate her?
Well, wait. But because they already know everything. They say, oh, Trump's, not doing the debate. That's the same thing they say now. I mean, right now I say, why should I do a debate? I'm leading in the polls. And everybody knows her, everybody knows me. But when I looked at the hostility of that, I said, why am I doing it? Let's do it with another network.
Got him. We fucking got him.
I mean, whoever's running this Kamala HQ page, bravo. In fact, the whole comms team are doing an upstanding job in ensuring they're equal parts professional as they are petty.
Because people get bored, but they don't get bored with me.
6.5 hours later.
Lawyers and your carpenters and your electricians and your drivers, and you're doing a lot of things. By the way, no
Beautiful F-35 Lightnings.
Police is blowing up. Russia's blowing up with Ukraine. There's wars starting all over the place. Looks like bad things could happen. And 89% increase in aggravated assault and 56 department to go after their political opponent, but they're not doing well. I'm the only, nobody lies like her. She's a liar. She makes up crap. She's the one gonna raise, she said, Donald Trump.
As Trump went with one of his two features today in Detroit, those features being one, an incoherent rally speech, or two, extremely low energy prompter reading. Today being the second, so as you can imagine, the world was on the edge of their seat as he rambled, pulling from the same stale script that he refuses to let anyone update.
We are not just going to make America great again, we're going to make American democracy great again. We're going to bring it back. My opponent, Kamala Harris, and Tim Walz are promising the exact opposite.
But in a telling moment, he spoke about the debate, or as he even put it, if there is even to be a debate.
They flew. That stops all of their, I shouldn't say this, because if there is a debate, it would be nice to surprise her with that one.
To which Kamala's communications team responded perfectly.
Why not debate her?
Well, wait. But because they already know everything.
And this comes after last night ranting on Truth Social, complaining about ABC News, which essentially was laying the groundwork for what many have predicted, that Bunker Boy will retreat to the safety of his ketchup-covered walls and refuse to debate Kamala Harris.
Well, and Donald Trump said today that he does want to debate Vice President Harris, maybe more so than once. One of the issues that
only after backing out of the debate he already agreed to, though, right? Somehow
today he has an issue with doing it with ABC.
Right, but he didn't when he agreed to it in the first place, right? I mean, I think the interesting thing about this is what changed from when he said he was ready to do an ABC debate and when he now says he's not. ABC didn't change. Donald Trump didn't change. But there's a new candidate, and clearly he hesitates to debate her on the exact same terms that he thought
so you think
would
he's
be okay.
Scared to debate her?
Yeah.
Why do you think so?
Because I think she is going to be so effective, and she's going to lay bare his inability to talk about anything but himself and his past. I think what you'll see is two things that I'm excited for Americans to see. Yes, the contrast, the way, as she laid out very powerfully, she as a prosecutor who has defended people from people like Donald Trump is going to remind everybody about that record, but also a contrast in governing records. She's going to be, I think, very effective in reminding Americans that on issue after issue, they already agree with us. They already agree with her and Democrats. Americans agree with Democrats and disagree with Donald Trump on taxes and his agenda of tax cuts for the rich. They agree with Kamala Harris, Democrats, and disagree with Donald Trump on his removal of the right to choose in this country. And gun violence, marriage, you can go on down the list. I think she's very well positioned to remind Americans of that fact.
Well, and Trump also...
And just listen to his answer when a reporter brought up the debate recently.
Hostility was incredible. And Reince was in there, but he was a little bit softer than he should be, to be honest with you. But when I looked at the hostility of that, I said, why am I doing it? Let's do it with another network.
President Trump, would you want the microphones muted in the debate whenever you're not speaking?
We agreed to the same rules. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. I'd rather have it probably on. But the agreement was that it would be the same as it was last time. In that case, it was muted. I didn't like it the last time, but it worked out fine. I mean, ask Biden how it worked out. It was fine. And I think it should be the same. We agreed to the same rules and same specifications. And I think that's probably what it should be. But they're trying to change it. The truth is they're trying to get out of it because she doesn't want to debate. She's not a good debater. She's not a smart person. She doesn't want to debate.
Really, this is the alpha male that Republicans claim everyone fears. Big bad Captain Bone Spurs raging against the deep state. Because I'll tell you, this doesn't sound like a man that wants to be anywhere near the debate stage, despite, as he even admits to, previously agreeing to said debate. But now because it's not Biden standing opposite, he can't stop making excuses. I mean, at this point, he'd be as well changing his entire campaign slogan to "Make Biden my opponent" again.
So disappointing. Can you imagine he's on vacation in California? They basically take away his nomination. Nobody's ever seen anything like that before. So he leaves and goes on vacation. He got 14. In all fairness to him, I'm no fan of Sleepy Joe, believe me. But he got 14 million votes. She got no votes, and they took it away. And, they did the same thing. We signed up RFK, who's great. He's a good guy. Got so many votes. But they wouldn't let him compete. They wouldn't let him. If he competed as a Democrat, he would have won. I think he would have won the nomination over. Then I would have had to run against him. I'd rather run against these people. But, it's just one of those things. But to have a candidate, we spent probably $100 million on beating him. Then we had a very good debate, and we beat him. And they said, well, instead of letting it go, who knows what happens, right? It's the world of politics. They say, we want him out. Joe, you're getting out now, Joe. Well, I don't want to get out. I have 14. You're getting out now, Joe. We can do it the nice way, or we can do it the hard way. And he's getting out. He's getting out. In fact, they're not even giving him a good spot to speak. When he's speaking on Monday, Monday's that's the worst day. But that's what they do. And it's their own form of, it's just another, I guess relatively, it's a minor form of cheating by comparison to what they really do, right? Everything Kamala Harris touches turns bad. It all turns bad.
He's simply running out of excuses, right? And it's telling to the point that Fox News are pressing him on it, and his own supporters are turning on him to the point that they had Coward trending on Truth Social. And in the wake of the DNC, polls have only further signified Kamala's gains, not to mention that she's crushing him on the fundraising part, especially with first-time donors. Kamala Harris has raised $550 million over the last month, $82 million just last week alone.
Vegas, and the evidence of how well she did was in cold hard facts. In ratings, Trump's favorite thing, 22% up from Donald Trump's acceptance speech. 7.2 million raised between 11 p.m. and midnight over the course of the entire week. Act Blue says over $100 million came in for Democratic candidates, organizations. There was a panel of undecided Pennsylvania voters, a focus group, 8 of them in there. 6, after watching the speech, are now going with Kamala Harris. Those are all hard facts that show that she did a really good job. We know about the enthusiasm being up. We know about the polls going in her direction.
They're big, they're historic, they're a record, and they're all something that the campaign is very pleased about. $500 million that they have raised over the last month, a big chunk, $82 million during the week of the DNC. The notable part about that $82 million is that a third of those are first-time donors, first-time contributors. This is something that the campaign has always latched onto because it indicates for them some level of enthusiasm among voters if you have these first-time contributions.
Battleground states who are energized, moving towards the Democratic column. Now, I am a student of history, Fred. I love to look at history. I like to put things in historical perspective. So let's do that here in these Great Lake battleground states. I want you to look again. It's Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. 2024, we're looking at those New York Times Siena College polls. And then just look back at the exit polls from 2020 and 2016. Look at the women margin. Look at this. Look at the margin that the Democrats are getting among women voters. Back in 2016, when Hillary Clinton was the Democratic nominee, it was 11 points. You jump forward to 2020, look at that, a 13-point margin. Look at how well Kamala Harris, though, is doing among women voters. My goodness gracious.
So when you weigh all of this up, right, it makes more sense that he's tripling down on the low energy ramblings. He's clearly in deep trouble, and he knows it.
Let's bring your husband with us also, right? And we'll bring some of the other people that are with you, because I like the people that are with you, and we'll go to Caracas. Now, she's not having success. I'm having success. I'm doing all electric cars. All electric cars are going to be made in China. And you're not going to have, you literally will not have Michigan. The auto workers are voting for me, because I have nothing to do with Project 25. They throw it out 4 to 5 times. No, it's only in your eyes that they have that, Martha. We're doing very well. 70% of our people are living in poverty. Can't go to the American dream and buy a house because of child trafficking, incompetence, and her bad border policies. She is a horrible, look, other than that, it was a nice looking room.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.